On today's video, let's talk about equipment, more specifically about the materials that you need to forge equipment. These materials have 6 different ways in which you can acquire them. Some of these ways are not as revealed as it seems. So on this video, we're going to talk about all the ways you can get materials. And also I want to share with you guys a tool, an Excel sheet I wrote that will help you plan out how many materials you still need and of which one to craft whichever gear you want. So if you guys want to check out that tool, make sure you're sticking around in the video, slapping a like on it, and we'll get there. But for now, hey there YouTube, welcome back to Gekko Gaming. Today, let's talk about materials to forge equipment. Nobody's really talked too much about how to acquire all these materials beyond, of course, spending the money. There are 5 other ways to get materials on top of just spending money. And so let's talk about that. Let's talk about everything you need to know to plan which equipment you're getting, as well as which materials you have, what you can get with the materials you have, as well as how many materials you need to get what you want. I wrote a tool, an Excel sheet for that. We're going to look at that in a little bit. But for now, the first way to get materials, pretty straightforward, production. Even though production is pretty straightforward, at VIP 16, it goes down from 3 hours for 10 materials down by 18 minutes. So 10 materials every 3 hours, and you have a queue of up to 15 hours worth of production. So in 15 hours, you make 50 materials, and you choose which one you want. If you misclicked, it's as simple as dequeuing and queuing whatever else you want. But for now, based on my needs, I'm going feathers, feathers, feathers. Feathers, pretty straightforward. Most basic way to get materials is this one right here. Now, the second way to get materials that is pretty straightforward and very easy is buying the pack. If you buy the packs, it's 35 bucks a day. That's the maximum you can spend on packs. There is a $5 pack, a $10 pack, and a $20 pack, which is this one right here, which I'm about to purchase in a little bit. What you end up getting out of this are material choice chests. You get 4 blue ones and 8 green ones for the $20 pack. And then if we go take a look at the other 2 packs, which I have acquired earlier today, you can see that you get 6 of the level 2s and 20 of the level 1s, and then from here you get another 20. So if you spend the 35 bucks a day, you can end up with 40 of the gray materials. You end up with, if I'm not mistaken, 14 of the green ones, 6 plus 8, and then 4 of the blues for 35 bucks. Is it worth it? I've been buying them because I promised you guys a mass video that has to do with equipment forging. So I've been picking up those packs as much as I can to forge a big boy video. The third way I want to talk about is our friend in the courier station, the merchant. The merchant has just popped while I was recording, which was a fantastic coincidence. So we'll go pick up our things in here really quickly. But one of the things that she does have, we do have it, is material chests, normal equipment material crates. More specifically, either blues. I haven't seen a blue yet, but I've seen grays and greens in here. The normal equipment material crate, I got very lucky. This is only for wood. Of course, I can exchange resources for material pieces any day of the week. And we'll take this star as well while we're at it. Let's refresh and see if we can get something else. Let's get that speed up really quickly and that as well. You can end up getting actual materials just like this one. 10 silk pieces for 192 gems. So you can get both the crates and specific materials from the mysterious merchant for either gems or resources. I have yet to find, I think I haven't seen yet, I don't remember though, I've never kept an eye on it really, regular materials for resources, but I've definitely seen a crate, as you guys saw. And so the third way to get materials is the merchant. Pretty straightforward. Unfortunately, you do have to spend sometimes gems. Is it worth spending gems on materials? I believe it is, so long as you have a purpose. And I'll talk about that, put an asterisk on that, and we'll talk about that once we go into the whole planning of materials. The next way to get materials I want to show you guys is pretty simple. It's the daily activities. When the new equipment system came out, the daily activities, daily objective rewards had changed, and now you get normal equipment, 6 chests, and 3 chests of advanced equipment out of your daily objectives. So even in here, and I know that this was super significant. I know 100 gems, 1 gold key for pretty much playing the game proper, like playing the game and filling in these objectives, which are super simple. You end up with 100 gems and a gold key for free. Magic box is really cool. Sometimes you get some AP and some good stuff out of it. A couple of talent resets are really nice. And the challenge ticket is also significant for us. Another asterisk on that, and we'll get that there in a moment. But for now, normal equipment and advanced equipment from doing your daily stuff. Come on, guys. It's as easy as it can be. It's not that many materials. I know it's 3 green ones and 6 normal ones. If you translate it straight to normal equipment materials, it would be 3 times 4, that's 12, and then another, so 18 pieces of material a day that you can get. I don't know, pretty straightforward, pretty simple. I like it. Daily activities, daily objectives, that's a really good one. The next one actually sits right up here, and that is side quests. Believe it or not, there could be even main quests. I haven't seen any yet. I'm still stuck on Royal Guard, which is researching right now. There are side quests of crafting materials, crafting equipment, and when you forging equipment, and when you forge equipment, the first few side quests actually give you more materials and more blueprints. A small tangent to this video is that the side quests are super useful because you can dismantle equipment. You should be using all your normal blueprints to create the normal equipment, and then so long as you don't get equipment that is enchanted that you feel like using, so that something like this one, for example, which is not being used at all, I'm not gonna break it because it is a specialized piece, but if you have any pieces that are not specialized that you don't have use for, it is very recommended to dismantle them to get the materials back. So by doing this, the first craft that you can do, you get a side quest, which will give you materials and blueprints. You'll make more equipment, which will give you more side quest achievements, which will give you more blueprints and a little bit more materials. And so long as you break, dismantle, and forge, dismantle and forge, dismantle and forge, the ones that you're not using that don't have like the extra stats, you can end up getting a decent amount of materials. Like this guy right here, let's go ahead and dismantle it. It is useless. We pick up our materials back, good to go. And so I really recommend doing that, making sure you do your side quests. Don't go crazy. You can see that I could try to keep crafting to get to the next 3, but at some point it stops being worth it. When you start getting more blues and you see that you're starting to run out of normal equipment blueprints, that's usually where you should stop. Of course, you can craft a little bit of greens, a little bit of blues to try to get yourself, better gear, better equipment for your commanders, but that's the side quest side note, I guess. The next most important way to get materials, in my opinion, is none other than Sunset Canyon. And specifically, you have to win in Sunset Canyon. To guarantee you win in Sunset Canyon, you need to fight someone who's weaker than you. But the problem is, the higher you go on the ranks, the harder it is to actually win. And if you're someone like these guys who always stay at the top, then sure, you can just go blasting. But if you're someone like me who can crack the top 50, even top 20, but usually gets there and that's that, what I really recommend is dropping your defense. As you can see, my defense is one sieged Dragon Lancer. And so you keep getting dropped in the ranks, and that way you find weaker opponents to fight. If you take a look at our challenge list right here, we can see that there are a few folks, 1,000,000 power, 2.4, this guy is pretty strong. This guy's someone who I could go after, Loki. But I want to refresh this again, and I'm going to refresh it one more time here. I want to find someone just like me who dropped their defense. Believe it or not, even though we're having very bad luck on the video to find someone who dropped their defense down, and I hit 6 of those today, which is why I am as far up as I am in the rankings. I usually am around like the 600-ish, and I love it. Here it is, McName, even though I think he quit. Defense is down, very easy challenge, and usually and he has an Alexander too, what do you know? I just skip it, because, it's pointless. And in here, you get one of these treasure chests. Now, these are so good. They are so good that you can get not only the different types of materials that you want, but you can also get blueprint pieces. We open these quite often on stream, and let's go ahead and open these right here for the video. So let's hope and pray we get something good. Ooh, nice. Damn. 2 golden age blueprint pieces. That's fantastic. And nice little greens. Not bad at all. This is why you have to remember. You have to remember to do your Sunset Canyons and to win. I don't care about the rewards. Quite frankly, the rewards of Sunset Canyon, in my opinion, are much worse than getting those chests. So if you have to choose between being competitive or winning for the chests, go for winning for the chests. Trust me, it'll work better for you long term. You guys saw the materials I got and the purple blueprints. That was a surprise. Final thing that there is, a final way to get materials is one that I've accidentally kind of done on video and I didn't even think about it. Dismantling. If you have equipments that you're not using, dismantle them. It's pointless to have equipment that is not being used. So if you crafted something, you forged something, and you found no use for it anymore, you have an old piece of gear that you now replaced it with something better, dismantle it. Unless you're dismantling legendaries, you're going to get every single piece of material back. So for the record, for the side quests, you can literally remake the same thing over and over with the same materials. But dismantling is a great way. You do not acquire new materials, but you reuse old materials. Don't let equipment sit in your inventory. If it's useless, get rid of it. Use the materials for something else. Now, I wrote an Excel sheet, which you can see right here. It is on my Google Drive, which is available to you guys. The link will be available in the description down below. But I really would encourage you guys to grab it from my Discord. Go down below into the description. You hit show more under the game's title and picture thing. And then you'll see there the link for my Discord. Under the useful information tab, you will find the link to this. Unfortunately, because Google Drive are a little annoying, you can't edit anything in here. So what I recommend you guys do is file and then download. And you download this as an Excel sheet or you save it to your own Google Drive. What this Excel sheet is a combination of a few things, and I'm going to have to look at it through here. Actually, I can probably see it on... I'm going to look at it through here. First and foremost, this is the main page. This is the equipment forging planner. What you have in here are 3 tabs. Inventory counter, in which you can put your inventory count and just know how many of each material you have. And equipment cost. Now, here's the deal. I made all the calculate because there is too much headache of... Epic, which is, I don't know, 64 pieces of equipment, and Legendary, which is 128 pieces of regular equipment. I converted everything down to common pieces of equipment, to the normal ones, and we do the calculations based on that. It is important for you to know, although this in here is in a different denomination, what I did is I saved the value, which is the level of the equipment, and then we do the calculation based on this number and these numbers right here. So you can see in here a very different picture. So I am planning a big video, and I was trying to kind of figure out how many materials I would need and how long it would take for me to get to a point where I can make a video that looks something like this. So what you guys can do as soon as you get this sheet, and let's clear it out, every one of these cells is a drop down. Now this drop down is directly connected to that other sheet that I showed you guys, the equipment cost. This will get updated quite frequently, which is why I recommend you guys to use the Google Drive, to use that link. And every time you see new equipment, I will be updating it here. But it is connected to this list, so you can pick a piece of equipment out of them all. And once you pick one, let's say the Golden Age we just got blueprints for, it will tell you what it is. It's an epic. Value is just what we multiply the numbers by. It is a weapon. And this is how many normal pieces of equipment you need. Now, of course, once you get a green one, that's like 4 normal ones. So keep that in mind. This is an epic. Therefore, it's, I think, a 64 pieces of... One epic is 64 normals. And so now you see that you need all this equipment to get all these materials to get done. What you can do in here then is input what is in your inventory. You have an inventory counter in here as well. So you do all this. You also add the select any. The select any, what it'll do is it'll translate it again directly to commons. And then I won't be able to tell you which piece you need out of the select any, but the next version of this, which I'm going to work on later today, if not tomorrow, will also tell you these are the pieces that you're going to have to use your choose any chest. So you can pick which material you want, and you can see which pieces you're missing. There are a few bugs in here that I still need to fix, like these negatives are going to go away in a bit. But once that's done and done for, so let's go ahead and for now, for the sake of the video, get rid of this because you don't need these materials at all. You don't need you do need this, and you don't need the negatives. Get rid of the negatives. It's throwing off our calculations. I'll fix it after the video is recorded. I apologize for that. As you can see, bam, bam, bam. These are the pieces that you're gonna need to succeed to get this material. And then it tells you how many queues of each of these you're gonna need. Of course, because it's not a round number, because I have a few odd numbers in here, it didn't add up exactly, but whatever. And in here, it'll tell you how many days worth of straight production you need to get this piece of equipment. Keep in mind, if you're doing Courier Station, if you're doing Sunset Canyon and all that, you're gonna get a little bit of a break. You know, you pick up one of these, you open a couple of Sunset Canyons, you end up with 3 elite feathers. If you add 3 in here, you'll see it'll drop it a good amount in here, which dropped it very little. It dropped it, what, 0.1 day? But still, you get the point. This is available to you guys. You can use it as you want. There is plenty of space for you guys to plan up to 31 pieces of equipment. So you can really go crazy. Decide you want one of these, one of those, one of that, one of these, one of those, let's say one of this. Perfect. And it'll tell you how many days of production it'll take you to get all of these things. And of course, you have to keep updating what's in your inventory to keep this up to date. This is, again, all available in the description down below, and it is how I am planning a pretty big crafting video. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm Gekko. I'm out of here. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. My feather is just about done, so it is time to get a new one in really quickly because we don't want to have production stopping. Thank you very much for watching the video. I appreciate every single one of you. Slapped a like on the video, subscribed to the channel, and turned on the notifications. Commented in the video, or in general, active within the community that we've built in Rise of Kingdoms. I'll see you guys sooner rather than later. Have a great rest of your day. Take care. Peace.